Hello. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Give the girl, like, some reassurance and be like, it's gonna be fine. It's all gonna be fine. Your sister's gonna be good. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. It's the opposite of what I was saying. I was saying, let her feel better. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. Oh dear. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your own plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Oh, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, Courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Oh. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me. Knock knock, it's Meekins, isn't it? Who's there? Oh, it's this bastard. What's with this guy? I don't like him. That's what's with this guy. A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. He's wearing a heater! Who on earth is he? Why is he just blinking unerringly at the camera? Ah, it's you! Okay. Oh, sorry I'm late. Udgy? The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy smizzy, Udgy. My boy, you have to mistake. There, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Oh, we should probably know. Aha! So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about your son. Thanks. I'm so sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Oh, dear me. Look at those hypnotic evil eyes. Do, 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 do. Name's Gant. Demon Gant. It's Damon, but you know. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? Da, 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 da. It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. Oh, Little Worthy's car no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It looks like a knife handle. SL92. That sounds like a case number. It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Oh dear. Chief. What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. It's not the first time I've seen him at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at this blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes. Well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Okay. It's making me do this. I'm not doing this. I would have gone the other way, so it didn't take so fucking long. Well, I want to look at the name tag first. There's a small tag on the knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. Yeah, DL6. Of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. Huh? What is? I'm not certain. But I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this somehow. Let's flip it the other way. What? Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. Tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Let's have a look. Switchblade knife added to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Witness assessment. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. Time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, OG. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order, order, order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. Cross-examination department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. Let's have a look. Wood, no fingerprints. I mean, he was stabbed, so we could say that he was stabbed. But if we do that, then we take away the premeditated murder bit of Doolally. Wrapped in the defendant's muffler, small tag attached. I mean, I'm just gonna... No, I just pressed A instead of B, because I'm used to the switch. I'm just gonna save. Because I don't trust anything. So I'm going to present his death thing. That's not right. no point in... Right, okay. So, let's press. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife right while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. So how were things down at the department? Okay. So, no. No, that's not what I wanted. What I did want is to... Let's check the blade. There's a small tag on the knife that says SL92. Oh! I've realized. Present this piece of paper because it says SL9. Oh, for goodness sake, I know what I need to do. This is gonna be really dumb. This is gonna be so dumb. Are you ready for this? What I actually need to do is look at this little piece of paper. So, right, press this so that I can say, well, clearly it's a connection, blah, 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 blah. So we can go through this nonsense where she says, examine that knife again, basically, so that it registers that we've done that, right? Then, on this detective was killed, we're gonna present, but not actually present, this piece of paper, because we're going to A, check it. It says 221 SL9. So, let's press this one as well. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Ooh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Let's save. Okay, so we know when it died because it died at the same time as R1 did. Where were they found? Or how they were killed? How they were killed, I'm going to assume it's the knife that we have. But it can't be. Okay, let's go with where the victim was found. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? I can't say I've heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room. There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found. Okay. Detective was killed. Let's press. On the same day that a detective was killed. I think we just have to ask him every question. And at that point, we'll actually be able to do something. Give me data on your case. Okay, let's go. Blah, 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 blah. How the victim was killed. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the Force call a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. Yeah, you're gonna make us talk about stuff so that we can get to the time of death being the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm gonna have to press this a bit harder. Okay. 5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time? What are the chances? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. It is. I think I need to press everything. I can say there's no connection. How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand? Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. Again? This knife is special, but I can't say how here. This seems tedious. Right, let's just press everything. I can't say how it yet. Excuse me, special? Mm-hmm. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection, there is. This knife is special. Maybe it's on the knife is special that I put forward that piece of paper. Nope. Nope, it's not. But I think we weren't in any shape to do investigation. Let's press. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes. There, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy. What with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed in the police department. What a mess. Let's just keep pressing until we get all the answers. On the same day a detective was killed, someone was killed in the prosecutor's lot, detective of the police department, blah blah blah, da da da, lost for words, perpetrator, have you got a suspect? Yes, we just arrested them. Okay, that was quick, blah blah blah. Yeah, give me the one question I didn't ask, which was what time it happened. So I said where was he found, said how was he killed, and now I'm going to ask when he died. So when did the murder at the police department occur? Now that's a sharp question, Righto, very sharp. Well, my boy, you're going to love this. 221. 221. This is the same date. It is officially linked to this case. This knife is special, but I can't say how yet. I'm just trying to think where I need to put the evidence. I'm gonna press every statement. Even, like, I know I've seen these ones. Unless it's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. This is why I'm confused. This is why I'm really confused, because there's the case number, and it says Goodman there. And I'm thinking, do I need to rotate this or something? Like, I can't do it. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. Oh, fuck it. Present it. Wait, hang on. I presented this to that statement a fucking second ago. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Phoenix, wait a second. Did I? Ah, at last, an honest and goodness to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ah, aha! An honest to goodness, what do you mean from the Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7S 12-2. Your Honor. It's upside down. Upside. Printed name on the memo makes it look like it's the right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Did I just think about presenting it and I never presented it? Ah. Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9, that's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Did I present the knife? Did I just think about presenting that so much that I just thought I had? Order, order. Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I feel like I'm playing into your hand. I win? Ah, what game is this guy playing? One we're not going to enjoy, I imagine. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Okay, correct. So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder, it was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Well, we've found a connection. Okay. What do you mean it's not officially linked? So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder, it was evidence you say was in fact a weapon. Okay. That was a bad day for the department. We went in any shape to do an investigation. Hold on. Why is this in question? Why is this at all in question? We found a connection. What? Are we just going around in circles? Oh, jeez. Yes, yes, yes. It's not officially linked, so I can't talk much about it. I mean, is it not? Now that we've just done what we did? I don't trust this. I don't trust a fucking thing of this. Bum, 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 bum. Is it not officially linked? Let's just press. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand? Try to understand, Miss Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two matters together. Whatever it is, I better find it, get to the bottom of this. Yeah. Okay, this knife was evidence in a case stolen from the department's evidence room. Bad day. A detective was killed. Let's press it again. Jesus. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. Yes, that's a fact, yes. But the thing is, they were found in the evidence locker. You just arrested the suspect. Okay. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. I suppose I could help. Okay. Where the victim was found. So tell me where the victim was found. Does this change your testimony? Can't speak on where the corpse was found. I can say the crime took place in the evidence room of the police department. The evidence room. Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? Yeah, because he said we could press on things when we've learned more about the evidence room. Technically, we've learned more about the evidence room, I guess. I remember this case being a fucking headache. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Okay, do I present the knife then? I remember this one being a pain in the ass because Gant doesn't give you anything. At all throughout the whole thing. It's not that. False accusations, blah blah blah. Can I press it now? Do I just press him? Oh, for fuck's sake. It's another one of those things where you just press everything until you can press to... Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Heh, you don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. He wanted us to figure this out. Look at his smug little bitch face. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced here. It's because they're going to get married. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim to the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Oh, right. Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who could have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Okay, so press. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Because he's a dick. Ah, well, in case information is sticky stuff, you have to do everything properly. Oh well. I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Victims, division, gender, ID number. I feel like ID number is going to be the best bet because we have Detective Goodman's ID. Okay, what can you tell me about the victim's ID number? Sure. Why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We'll keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Well, that's quite long. I have to remember these, it drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. It's 5482. Does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim. 5842. Hold on. What? Wait. So Goodman was killed. That's why he can't say where the body was found, because it was found in the trunk of Edgeworth's car. So it makes it seem like someone killed them. Oh, the plot thickens because he died between 4:30 and 5:15. So he can have been killed at the police department, put into the boot of Edgeworth's car, driven by Edgeworth to the prosecutor's office, where he was discovered by Lana. So yes, it does. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number on the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? It tells me where Goodman died.
Take that!
Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. Ah, this is news, and this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. Go for it. Go insane. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. It wasn't, it was one detective. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh ho! Is this yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what, exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID we heard from the chief earlier, that started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't get the first number right, again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho. Sharp as a tack, righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location? I reckon it was caught on CCTV and the CCTV had been edited to make it seem later. Oh shit, what the fuck? I missed something. No, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Oh, look at his grumpy little face. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Yeah, remember when he came running into your office and you send him out again? Then. Mr. Wright, where have I heard that name before? Wait. Aha! Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of Chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Oh, Edgeworth. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, med in the police department, evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Gah. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright. Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No. Edgeworth, you're being a silly Billy. It seems we've come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumours? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologise for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. But Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honour. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, I hope for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. I forgot that Edgeworth got himself in hot water. There's so many things I forgot about this friggin' game, or this whatchamacallit, Turnabout. Yes, I would like to save. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna stop here because it's gonna get super long otherwise. Bye.